Yes?
Convince Kim there's sexy dark mystery. We'll do that later, Kim. But first,
You're still waiting for a replacement for the bull you sent sinking.
here's this new bull.
What is this? Are you mocking us? This isn't for pétanque.
Now. No need to get angry again, René. I'm sure the officer tried his best. It's not like there's a bull kiosk here in Martinez.
I'm sorry, it's the best I can find.
Huh? This isn't even a bull. But fine. I guess you did attempt to right your hooliganism. Consider it forgiven.
Anything you can tell me about this rifle?
El McGrave. 4.46 caliber. Breech loading. Revachol made. Good weapon. Accurate and reliable.
His moves are quick and precise as he first checks the weapon, then aims it at the sea. This man knows firearms intimately.
This one's inoperable. The bolt spring is missing and the mechanism is jammed shut. Still a beauty. Where did you find her?
In the
Not
basement.
surprised. There are probably lots of forgotten wartime weapons lying around here. Back in the day, everyone had something stashed away.
A gun in every attic.
As for the rifle, I don't know what else to tell you. These BM-446s are an antique. No one uses them anymore. The ammunition is impossible to find.
Interesting.
I have really outdone myself. This is divine.
Yes.
Yes. Delicious sandwich.
More padding on that fat arse of yours. I hope your heart gives out.
René, it's a little pleasures. Life doesn't need to be a struggle. Hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine day?
I'm obliged by the law to tell you there's been a breach of ethics. What do you know about the dead man?
I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week. But that's all I know, really.
Really?
No, officers.
Nothing?
And I really would like to assist. You are both good guys. I can see that.
Them, you wimp. You have plenty of shoulder with the ghost caviar in the Union. Someone must know something.
I wish I could, but I just don't know anything. I always keep my nose clean and don't gossip. Everyone knows.
Suspicious.
Doesn't seem to be lying, but there's something off here.
Sounds like you're holding back from me.
I'm not even anyone.
Of course he's holding back. His mouth is so full of Union prick he can't even speak properly.
Damn.
Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it? Is that okay, René? I'm not anyone important in the Union. I just know Evrard.
How do you know that?
In Martinez knows the Clare brothers. I taught these boys human studies and history in the gymnasium.
Alright, so you're a teacher.
Know about history. You never witnessed history. Only heard about it years later, when it had already moved on. You don't know history.
You don't know shit.
The old soldier mumbles something under his breath and turns to face the sea. There he stands, proud, rigid and alone, like a cracking marble statue.
It's trying to get caught in the crossfire.
Are you a Union member?
In many ways, yes. Like an honorary member. I attend meetings and parties, help with little things. Evrard, Edgar, and the older debarders all know me.
So you're not an actual member.
Not in the technical sense. I don't have a vote or a membership card, but Evrard keeps me on the payroll.
Interesting.
Little things.
So that's what it was before. Him hiding something. He tries to make it look like he's a big deal in the Union, and now the illusion is disintegrating before your and eyes.
Puffing himself up.
Know anything because no one tells him.
Well, that's just sad.
He's an outsider.
Of course he's not a member. He's not a member of anything. I knew that. He's a weather vane. Turns the way the wind blows and tries to look important. I hate this socialist rabble. But even siding with them is better than living your entire life on the fence. Never committing to anything.
What are the
Already.
little things you're doing forever?
Teamwork mostly. Occasionally, he needs something written, and I happen to have a way with words, people say.
Well, what do you write?
Nothing official, I assure you. Just essays for the newspapers. About Martinez and how things are and how they could be. Evrard and I had these long talks where
Oh, long talks on the beach with Evat and Gaston. Oh, how salacious. Gaston, have you perchance thought about converting further? You know, instead of the Union, where you don't even have a membership, why don't you join my socialist movement? We can rebuild communism like it was never built before.
Well, he tells his little pen man exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple. You should be ashamed of yourself.
no, thank you. For being consummate professionals. You'll have this case wrapped up in no time.
No, you're not. Enforcing proper conduct in an amateur pétanque game is not something the RCM involves itself in. It doesn't matter.
Him cheating in sports is unacceptable. I got this. You know what? You're right.
Please. Actually, never mind. I'm sure there's something I can help you with, officer. Sure, officer.
Oh, nothing.
No.
All right. Well, we got that stuff. Oop, bottle. That I can't pick up. Noted.
The dented yellow mailbox.
Well, I don't want to kick it. That's mean. Can I talk to this guy? Nope. All right. Can I do this again?
You see a set of tires.
No. Ah, wrong button. Okay. Let's do a save. Let's try and get the body down.
There he still is, looking right.
97% chance.
The body
We've got
is
this.
entirely dedicated. As you breathe in,
Boxcars, baby.
it's a spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it. This delicate machine, ready for picking. Instinctively, you crack your fingers.
Step closer.
Before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enamel boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Wait, I have the wrong items. We need the bolt cutters. And that's probably it.
The man before you is
Inspect the
material
boots.
appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate,
He's well armored.
they feel alien to the world around you. Out of place. These are clearly not boots. They're armor. Possibly part of a larger set.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
Good band. Good band, Sabaton.
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's Vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
Pull the boot off.
Dangerous. Are you sure?
Grab the boot under your arm.
Stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
Ah.
Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal! What's
Oh.
wrong with you, asshole? Where's he letting Goku know?
I see.
I don't know, baby. I don't know why he's such a...
Officer, if I may ask, what were you trying to achieve by pulling on the deceased foot?
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely.
Interesting.
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates, like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic.
Interesting.
Resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps. If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like. The smooth,
Fascinating.
glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice the whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination. E50, 100, 1000.
Good. Can you read it to me? We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
Interesting. How could he afford such
That's for
expensive
us to
hardware?
find out. My initial reports on the area suggest he was a security guard for the harbor company, but that's just hearsay.
Pretty advanced for a security guard.
This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
And it's out of place.
It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly.
How much are we talking about?
Full set, about 4 years of wages.
Hell yeah,
I
ka-ching.
mean, let's not log them as evidence. Let's steal them.
I mean, that is what ka-ching means.
It means disciplinary hearing.
Often, it's part of his unplastic expression range, communicating both professionalism and sarcasm. This time, the latter.
What happened to the rest of it?
Scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more arm after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for this species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know.
Maybe he's just wearing the boots and there's no rest of his armor?
I think he had something precious underneath the clothes. They had to remove the jeans and shirts we found to get to it. And this kind of armor is often worn under fabrics.
Nice. That makes sense.
He's just been walking around naked, just like this for all we know.
He could have been intoxicated, or something we cannot yet imagine. I shouldn't have assumed so much just from the clothes.
The cadaver
Okay.
slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos.
Okay, let's inspect the
Is
belt.
pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch.
Industrial strength, the kind used for tying cargo to lorries.
Like in a harbor?
It looks like they use whatever was on hand, paying no attention to not incriminating themselves.
By they, you mean the Hardy Boys.
Everything seems to fit their confession.
They even get him up there.
It's one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
Will they climb up the kid's ladder?
Man, I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
I sure wanted him to stay there.
It's not merely polyester, it's steel reinforced. See these lines? This is where the wires run. I see rabbits for more than 20 strands. This makes getting him down much more problematic than I had assumed.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt,
Well, thankfully I got these
and
pliers.
torso covered. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars. alcohol, and heartbreak.
This map of the night sky?
Of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular. Customized.
Maybe each star is a kill?
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
Missing something.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster under his arm. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
Ah!
Followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
Oh, that's such a cool description of that technology.
Did.
A cool machine.
It is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around. Sure, just don't lose it.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks back. His
Let's look him in the eye.
eyes bright and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors. These eyes used to be blue, baby blue. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode. From
+1, his eyes were baby blue.
the death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
Inland Empire. What's going on? Where have you gone?
To the wild pale yonder.
Where's that?
In the past. Way out in the west.
See, you're gone, but who are you?
A joke. Look at me.
Where were you when you were alive?
A motherfucker. And a killer. Go ahead, Cobo.
What's happening?
What do you mean?
Talking to
It's
you.
the power of your
Uh-oh.
imagination. Go ahead. Ask me more questions. You fucking love questions.
I love questions.
'Cause you're a copperoony. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Yeah, give me a comical amount of questions.
Right up, copperoony rooney. This is getting upbeat now.
My name Rooney.
No, you're no Rooney.
Rooney's obviously not who I am.
Between you and me, your name is probably Harry.
Ah, I can't be Harry. That doesn't sound right. I feel like I've forgotten something.
Because you have
Killed you.
loved me in Provocopo. It was love all along.
Can you ask me a question?
Sure, Lobo. I can ask you a question. Why are you doing this?
What?
Looking at my face, motionless. Looking into my eyes, standing here. Why are you investigating my murder?
Maybe this will lead to something. Something indescribable. Unforeseen. Miraculous?
Something is on its way. Something hidden. It's coming. A miracle from the northwest, and it's almost here. You can feel it in the air, on your hands. The cold spring air smoothing them over.
I hate you.
Remind you of someone.
A deep sea creature.
Not quite. Be fair now.
You don't remind me of anyone.
I do. Come
Enough.
back later, Corpo.
Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also see me in your dreams.
So how do we get him down?
Finish the preliminary examination of the cadaver.
We've been thorough.
The steel reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt. The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting it.
Maybe we could shoot him down.
Bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
I don't know, just shoot the branch?
Yes, the buckle, where it ties the cargo belt to the tree. If the shot hits that, then there might be a small chance to release the belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
Hell yeah.
The pigs will miss Kuno.
Wait, let me try? Oh man. What's our hand-eye coordination? We do have some level ups locked and loaded. Wait, what's White Morning? Ah. That's the thing where we passed out. I don't know if I want to do White Morning as a thought, considering there's a bunch of things and we only have 4 slots. I'm already annoyed that we basically had to burn a slot for volumetric shit compressor. Although granted, we could forget it, but it still gives us something. I think we'll unlock 1 slot just so we have something open for whenever we get something that's worthwhile. I'm worried to spend my skill points now. Maybe we can find help from the harbor.
Hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
Saw the branch?
I looked there and saw the branch.
Yeah, it seems
less
dangerous.
risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Can someone else do it?
You mean like the police?
Yeah, exactly. Let's call the police.
Someone already did. You know who came? We did. Because we have made bad life decisions.
Yeah, that is true,
I
Kim.
know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us.
He breathes out.
Oh yeah, do this shit! Fuck it up!
Take the shot, Lieutenant. Well, let's let him choose.
With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
a lot of things were wrong with that shot. The fellow's test was the wrong choice. His shoulders were raised, but above all, he cannot trust his eyesight.
Fucking idiot!
Oh, shit.
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
What now?
To say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
I should try.
As bad as it is, us shooting firearms like punks. Go
I mean, punks is pretty cool. We'll take
just
punks.
don't lose it.
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
All right, we don't need commentary from the peanut gallery.
Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth.
The
Feel the
cold
weight.
base of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your
Bakelite?
fingers right through the
Interesting.
guard, instinctively resting on the trigger. You've held this, an A9 armistice, before. At some point, it probably used to be your choice of firearm. It still feels comfortable, like you never laid it down.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth?
Okay, what the fuck? Close my left eye.
Of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, catching the morning light as the corpse slowly rotates.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking...
Fitty fitty. Survey says, hey, we fucking did it. 50% of the time, it's 100% of the time.
With your hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body slump down. For a moment, the man appears to kneel in front of you, looking straight at you, helpless, trapped within itself.
It's interesting how it seems like on very important checks, it'll roll the dice and then go into a cutscene rather than straight up showing you whether you succeeded or failed.
Communism.
Joke's on you, brother. I'm making communism.
For the association to flash within your cortex, you have no idea where it's coming from, only that it's right. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
You've been policed.
Hi.
The Ace is High, a custom invented by the aerostatic brigades during the revolution, is used to celebrate success in Revachol, especially in sports. The gesture is spread across the world, despite the defeat of the revolutionaries themselves.
Oh, hell yeah.
Add an Ace's Low to it, if you like, by turning your back after the high and waiting for another.
Aces high and hold out the aces low.
The high arrives with a sharp slap. As you turn around, there is a moment of doubt. Feels like that low ain't gonna connect. Chill. It's gonna connect. But then it does, and with furious precision. The lieutenant is not one to leave an ace's low.
I knew
Nice.
these guys were
What now?
We'll perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But before... Excuse me.
Slumped on the ground like that has not improved the way the corpse smells.
Yeah, it's
Seems to have released something deep inside it.
yeah, I don't think that's gonna be very
I
good.
feel like taking a break from the stench. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. Just a little breather before we do the autopsy.
All right, give your gun back.
We should try to interview Evrard Clare, the leader of the Union. Harbor property was clearly used in the hanging. The harbor just east of here. Getting in might prove a challenge, though. I would also suggest we interview Joyce, the Wild Pines representative. But we've already done that, so good for us. One down, one to go.
Good for us. All right, well, we have made some nice progress.
An intricate web of blue line. It still kind of looks like a map of the stars in the night sky.
All right, so we have 3 skill points. Noted. We have all of these events. We still need to search the apartment. Track down our badge. Close the water lock. We can't close it yet. We have to wait until tomorrow. Oh, I didn't. Okay, hold on. Superstar cop, apocalypse cop, sorry cop, boring cop, communist, fascist, ultra liberal, moralist, good cop, bad cop, honor, people killed, cases solved, years in service. Name unknown, rank unknown. All right, where's that new thought we got? Ace is low. The Insuldian Civil War was not the first war to see the use of hybrid airships on both sides, but it was the coolest. For an entire decade, folded multi-rotor fighters got into dogfights above Revachol, Ozone, and Seminime, and the Arcade Islands, spitting death at one another. They flew over sandy beaches and shot each other out of the azure sky, crashing into city blocks and setting island forests ablaze. The Ace's Low was a custom among the revolutionary brigades, performed after multiple kills. Lieutenant Kutsuragi seems fond of it. Why? I mean, it's a cool move. We gotta internalize this shit. Okay. And while we're over here, get, I think, crowbar. So I think we need to increase our perception. Level up.
An inconspicuous
Okay.
pile of it because there's a secret.
There we go.
The panels of Eternite. That's why they're too orderly.
Hell yeah.
You see a shabby little door.
That's kind of silly.
What is this then? A tool shed?
What is this indeed? Kitsuragi. Cured pig's head? It looks mummified? Damn. Bone yellow pattern.
Beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine.
No.
Lieutenant isn't studying the powder.
Electrochemistry? No.
He's studying you.
Someone's taking narcotics here.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However, see that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? A secret path the local kids use.
Secret trick. Get out of the way or get fucked up. Interesting. Ooh. Oh, there's a jacket up there. I mean... Oh, we're like on the upper level. I see. Postcard Grand Couron 37. Interesting. there not something over here? There's the winch outside. Why can't I mess with that? Okay, so... navigate up here to this box. We can get some Nosafed. Ooh, alright. Interesting. Wait, then how do I get there?
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. When the wind ruffles the cloak, you can most definitely see a white rectangle on its back.
Son of a gun, it's a cop cloak!
It's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment.
Yeah.
Probably made a jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
You really think the cloak is mine? Should I go for it? Jump?
The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it, well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 meter stops. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you.
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what its pockets may hide? Is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at an enormous crane towering in the distance. Over. That machine is a Kvalsund 1020 HK.
Motherfucker. Now that's a huge crane.
That's one way of putting it. It's certainly an impressive achievement of engineering. But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here.
He looks at the sad piece of fabric flapping in the wind. Alright. Well, 30% chance. Survey says... oh! I chickened out. I can get some sleep for it. No problem, Phantom Knight.
What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've climbed way too high up there. You could have died there. Shit. I'm failing you. This wasn't part of our deal.
Hey, what happened?
I just can't do it right now.
We can always come back when you are feeling better. I was under the impression we are on our way to meet the king of this castle under siege, Evrard, one of the people we're interviewing. This way we may be able to get around his henchmen. Or it could be that we are just exploring.
How do I get over there? Or not? I mean, there's some pocket change up here, so that's nice. What is that item I found? If we go back over here... no. Well, that didn't work. Do need to finish searching the apartment. Well, let me equip flashlight. And then we go in.
This orange machine is dead still. You slip your no. If you want to try again. This orange machine is dead still.
The ice around it is slowly melting. Noted. Probably need to give it a bit more time. We need to go up from here. There's the wall. I think it was around here to go up. I think we go through here.
Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here. Look, the skis and rotorblades both bear the same Slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing the other.
Question is, which did they start with, and which did they pivot
That's
to?
a good question. Reality is ruthless.
Okay, but where was the direction to get upstairs? Oh, just straight ahead and up the stairs. Got it. Noted. Oh, we got some cans. Oh, another postcard. Ooh, hello. Dice. Well, I don't need a can anymore, so or the flashlight, so I'll just take that and talk to this person.
I'm Nia.
Ooh, novelty dice maker.
Did you
Interesting.
try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius. So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade. For now, she's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Hold on, what do you mean by milieu?
Yes, a Melia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking. Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Why are you asking me about dice?
Dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Sure, I like role-playing games. I need some dice.
Very good. My rate is 10 real per set. Unless you want something really unusual. Take a look around and see if there's any particular stone you want to use.
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shells like stalagmites.
Oh, that is a cool, like, vision in my head of that.
No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need.
Why'd you become a dice
How did
maker?
I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there.
Well, do you like them yourself?
Especially, I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers, they're nice people.
Where are we anyway?
Inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here.
Hell yeah. Perfect. No
Placer
rent.
was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Creative.
When she arrived here, there was no room anywhere else. She must have known the other businesses.
Did you know this place called the area the Doomed Commercial Area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
Well, how do you explain what happened to all those other companies?
Just capitalism. We don't hear about tales of success, so it's often surprising
yeah.
how many ventures actually fail.
Yeah, capitalism happened to all of
Besides,
them.
the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energy spared her somehow?
Actually, the bookstore isn't doing that well. Hardly any customers. She's exploiting her own daughter. Keep the company going.
Alright, but it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in racks? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
Well, the whirling isn't doing well either. Waitress just took off. The customers haven't been paying bills.
And then there is me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
I'll be the first to admit there are many inconsistencies in the so-called curse. You're dedicated, competent. Curse doesn't affect people like you.
I was just about to ask, what do you think? Do you think the curse is real?
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
I'm not sure. This world is a puzzling place.
Is it now? I've always thought it's a rather mundane and boring place with no supernatural surprises in sight. Well, if you ever find a way to explain all those inconsistencies in the curse, let me know.
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see.
Shivers. Interesting. Also, what did we get? An update? Report back to song. Ah, I see. Let's go for the shivers.
You feel nothing. If anything, it's uncomfortably warm.
Start taking off your clothes? Nah.
She has begun to idly clean one of her carving tools with a dirty kerchief. The tool's sharp edge shining in the light of her desk lamp.
Well, do you know what happened to the other tenants? Everyone's gone.
Are you interested in anyone specific?
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind.
Found a strange machine.
The radio game studio. They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral.
Yeah, that sounds like them.
They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seem to be chronically liberal with their schedules.
What do you mean liberal? What happened?
The usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time.
What went wrong?
I did hear them talking at times. They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
What I've seen of the project, it did look quite impressive.
So when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic and to show up to work on time.
Showing up to work on time is hard. No, scratch that. Showing up to work at all is difficult, especially if you've been drinking.
Well, that's too bad. I would have supported him. The project looked great.
The wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings.
The result is 1 on a 20-sided die. The dice is black and filled with little silvery flakes, like snowfall.
Anything else?
Interesting.
Good. I hope it clarified things a bit.
You know about the man who was lynched behind the mining rags?
I didn't know him.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
What do you mean the daily ruckus?
There's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids, And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
I mean, yeah, I
She's
guess.
heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
You often work
It's an
Sunday
odd
night?
profession, making dice for people. But I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
Alright.
Anything else, officer?
I want to order some dice.
Tell me what you have in mind.
Do you have any cursed dice?
What do you mean by cursed?
Abracadabra, perished like this world. Cursed as this commercial area.
Right. How about I surprise you? Come back in 8 hours with 7 real, and I'll give you your cursed die.
Yeah, it's a deal.
See you in 8 hours then.
Alright, 1840. We'll get some cursed dice. Oh, Kim? You have something to say, Kim? Oh, I bet it's because we're in the dark. No? Only when I try to go down there?
Yes?
That's weird. Why does he light up whenever I try to go down there? Anyway. Okay, so we go back to the bookshop. Talk to Plusant. Alright, we need to re-equip our notebook. Talk to her.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't talk right now. I'm very busy with my homework. I have so much homework now.
You just can't win out of the rain and into the gutter. You have absolutely no idea. Familiar? How?
Alright.
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus?
The dark sarcophagus.
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear.
Chardle House, failed business enterprises, leeching life energy from this bookstore. Honestly, it was a dump. Nothing to see here, just heaps of garbage. Someone should let the sunshine in. I am in no position to give out personal opinions.
But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity?
I did find the entity.
Dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
Oh man, Felsorara. She's not the one to blame for this
I
curse.
don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
Before you say anything, ask yourself, is the woman really able to withstand the truth? The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down. She's squeezing on the pendant too tight. A drop of blood in her palm. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
Ho ho! Talk about your inner monologue giving you options. So, hey, fragile world narrative. Or maybe just lie. There's another entity, more malignant, pulling the strings in Martinez. Perhaps in my travels, I will cross paths with it. Bankruptcy is a quirk of our economic system, madam. Might I interest you in a bit of communism?
Wait, what? The entire economic system is cursed?
That's right.
The woman's not healthy enough to withstand this level of stress.
I'm afraid the only world revolution can help you. Yes, the system must be cleansed of immigrant labor. It's true. We live in a precarious world. Nothing ever turns out right. You get used to chaos. What I meant was, I found the source of the doom. Forget about the economy thing. Yes. Only world revolution.
Another revolution? I understand what's going on here. You went in there, rummaged around, and accomplished nothing. And now you're telling me these intellectual things to cover up for it.
Intellectual?
Okay, you don't have to. I was wrong to trust another person. I will manage this psychic calamity as I always have. Alone. On my own.
Maybe you were wrong. She's endured for at least 4 decades in this world.
Thank you for nothing. Please, do buy some books, or be on your way.
Wow. Total psychic collapse between you two right now.
Damn.
I'm sorry we had to disappoint you, ma'am. Can we go now?
Well, that's just bollocks. Talk to this guy? Huh.
The ship takes off like a silvery mosquito, unfolding its rotor blade arms. She mumbles reading, then puts down the soft cover.
Was that a good one?
Hello? Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
Working class woman. Yep,
Doesn't
it's right there.
want to be disturbed that much. If she's such a working class woman, why isn't she working?
Hey, shouldn't a working class woman be working?
Time? Right now I'm browsing books. Even a working class woman needs something to read.
Phenomenal.
Yes.
I'm a policeman. No, we'll just leave. We'll leave her to it. Let the woman enjoy a good book. Wait, there's something down there. Is there? Is there really? Is there really something down there? I don't think there is. I think you're pulling my leg. I think you're joshing me.
In the morning light, the white on blue police livery on the motor carriage cannot but catch your eye. Do something important? Something murder related? There's always something important. Doesn't mean you can't take a moment to admire this piece of machinery.
Yeah, look at this car.
The unibody Caprice Canema looks sleek and dynamic. The cabin is tilted frontward to give it a more aggressive, hunched look. Someone has waxed it recently.
That machine puts the loco back in locomotion. Very cool.
You want to take a closer look?
What's it packing? A fine machine.
An extraordinary machine.
It's nice and all, but why so modest? Put some zing into it. Flare it up. Slam it down.
Can you just slam it, Kim? Make it... Electrochemistry! Shut up! Stop it! What's it packing?
130.
I reckon that's a 7-liter V12 there.
Mama serving some serious macaroni.
7.2. Supercharged.
Damn. Nice. We do need to run the numbers on those boxes.
A radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox. Of the few.
Radio.
57, how may I assist you?
Pull the serial number for some armored boots.
And the make of the armor, you know it? Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then.
Wait, the ICP?
National Collaboration Police? They keep detailed records of all military technology produced by licensed manufacturers. That's one of the reasons the Moral Intern spearheaded the creation of the ICP in the first place.
Cool. What's the moral intern?
Officer, as much as I appreciate your efforts to lighten the mood, we both have important work to get back to. Did you have any other serious questions?
I'm done with the radio for now.
In the cabin, you see.
Okay. We called that in. We've got our floating skill point. Ran the number. We'll have to call them tomorrow. Is there any checks that I can do? There are a lot. Cafeteria window. Let's see. So if I go over to the cafeteria window.
Behind the dock workers.
It's not time yet. Okay. Let's save.